Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show THAT you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland BROWNS. Let's get to the news. All right, Browns fans, let's sit down and talk about what's been going on lately. Because if you've been paying attention to the NFL news cycle, you know that the Browns are once again at the center of some intriguing and honestly somewhat confusing storylines. And one of the most talked about topics right now involves our young quarterback, Shedeur Sanders. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Shedeur Sanders, isn't he that rookie who's been making waves at Colorado? Well, yes, he is. But what's really caught everyone's attention is how the Browns are handling him, or perhaps not handling him, depending on who you ask. Shedeur Sanders was once considered a potential first-round pick coming out of Jackson State, a highly touted quarterback with all the tools to succeed at the next level. But in a surprising turn of events, he fell all the way to the 5th round in the NFL draft, something that raised eyebrows, especially among Browns fans who are always looking for that next diamond in the rough. Cleveland saw something in him, and they brought him in, hoping he could develop into a solid backup or maybe even more. But since he's arrived, things haven't gone as smoothly as many envisioned. Initially, Shedeur started the season as the Browns' third-string quarterback, a role that's often overlooked but crucial for team depth. When Joe Flacco was traded away, the team promoted Sanders to the backup position. Sounds promising, right? Well, here's where it gets tricky. Sanders has yet to take a single snap in a regular season game. That's right, after all the hype, he's been sitting on the sidelines, not even getting the chance to show what he's got on the field. The reason? A lingering back injury has kept him out of action, and it's left fans and analysts alike wondering about his future in Cleveland. Now, I know some of you might be frustrated or even confused. We all want to see our young guys get opportunities, and it's tough to watch a player with so much potential sit out while the season unfolds. The Browns, coaching staff, and medical team are taking things slow, which is probably the right call considering the importance of player health. But it's natural for questions to arise. Does this injury really require such a cautious approach, or is there something more behind the scenes? While all this uncertainty swirls around Shedeur Sanders, NFL legend Aaron Rodgers has stepped in to defend him. And trust me, when Rodgers speaks, people listen. Rodgers recently addressed the skepticism surrounding Sanders' ability to compete at the NFL level, especially considering his background at Jackson State, an HBCU. Many critics have doubted whether Sanders can handle the pressure, the speed, and the complexity of the NFL game, especially coming from a smaller, less publicized program. Rodgers, however, didn't hold back. He took to social media and interviews to push back against these doubts. He played at Jackson State, but he can't play big-time college football, right? 510 yards in Week 1, Rodgers said, pointing out Shedeur's impressive debut at Colorado. He's highlighting that the league knows what Sanders can do, and it's not just hype. This kid can play. Rodgers also threw some praise toward Travis Hunter, calling him incredible, and emphasized that both Shedeur and Hunter love that shit, meaning they thrive on proving the doubters wrong. It's clear Rodgers sees something special in Sanders, and he's not alone in that belief. But despite Rodgers' support, the situation in Cleveland remains a bit of a roller coaster. Reports from insiders like Mary Kay Cabot suggest that the Browns are still being very cautious with Sanders, trying to manage his recovery and integration into the team. She's mentioned that Sanders has been upbeat, bringing a light vibe to practice, which is good to hear. The coaching staff's plan seems to be to take it slow, with the hope that Sanders will be ready to go by Sunday, possibly as the backup against the Jets. But nothing is guaranteed yet. He's listed as questionable for Week 10, and the team is clearly weighing the risks of rushing him back versus waiting for the right moment. This cautious approach is understandable. Browns fans remember how important it is to have a healthy quarterback room. We saw what happened last season when Deshaun Watson got injured, and the team had to rely on patchwork solutions. Having a young quarterback like Sanders develop properly is crucial for the long-term success of the franchise. The Browns have shown a willingness to be patient with their young talent, and while it may be frustrating in the short term, it's probably the smartest move overall. Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about the bigger picture. The Browns are currently sitting in a competitive spot in the AFC North, a division known for its grit, toughness, and unpredictability. The Bengals, Ravens, and Steelers are all fighting hard, and every game counts. Cleveland's defense, led by Myles Garrett and a solid secondary, continues to be one of the best in the league, and the offense has shown flashes of brilliance, especially when Deshaun Watson is firing on all cylinders. But the key to a deep playoff run always comes down to consistency at the quarterback position. That's why the Sanders situation is so important. If he can recover quickly and start getting some meaningful reps, he could become a real wild card for us later in the season. But let's not forget, the season is still unfolding, and we have a lot to look forward to. The Browns have been fighting hard, and their defense has been a bright spot week after week. Myles Garrett continues to terrorize opposing quarterbacks, and the secondary has been sticky, making it tough for offenses to find rhythm. Meanwhile, the offensive line has been doing a decent job protecting Deshaun Watson, who's been showing glimpses of his best form. When Watson is on, the Browns' offense can be explosive, especially with the likes of Amari Cooper making big plays downfield. But consistency remains the goal. If we can keep the offense rolling and get some good news on Sanders' health, the sky's the limit. Now I have to mention that the AFC North is a division where every game feels like a playoff battle. The Steelers have a tough defense, the Ravens always have a trick or two up their sleeve, and the Bengals are still trying to find their rhythm after a slow start. Cleveland's focus right now is on staying disciplined, executing well on both sides of the ball, and making sure we're prepared for every challenge. The coaching staff has been emphasizing mental toughness and adaptability, knowing that in this division, everything can change in an instant. Looking ahead, the Browns fans should keep their eyes on the progress of Shedeur Sanders. If he's able to get healthy and start practicing fully, he could be a huge boost for us later in the season. Imagine having a young, talented quarterback ready to step in if needed, especially in crunch time. That kind of depth and versatility can be the difference between making the playoffs and going home early. Plus, it's always exciting to see a young talent grow and develop, especially in a Browns uniform, where resilience and perseverance are part of our DNA. The NFL season is a long journey, and every team faces ups and downs. For Browns fans, this year feels like another chapter in our ongoing quest to establish ourselves as a true contender. With the defense playing at a high level, the offense showing promise, and the potential return of Sanders, there's plenty to be optimistic about. We've seen flashes of greatness, and with some luck and smart management, the Browns could be right there in the playoff hunt come January. And as we wrap up, remember, football is all about the passion, the grit, and the love for the game. Browns fans are some of the most passionate in the league. We bleed orange and brown, and we always believe in the impossible. So let's stay positive, cheer loud, and keep supporting our team through thick and thin. The road is long, but we're in this together. The Browns are on the rise, and the best is yet to come. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So in conclusion, the Shedeur Sanders situation is still very much a developing story, and Browns fans should keep their eyes peeled for updates. Whether he gets back on the field this week or not, his future with the team remains an intriguing subplot in what's shaping up to be a critical season for Cleveland. The team's resilience, combined with the support of the fans and the leadership of the coaching staff, can turn these uncertainties into opportunities. We know the Browns have the talent and the heart to make a deep playoff run, and every piece of the puzzle is vital. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news. Let's keep the faith, stay loud, and continue to support the team through every twist and turn. We're Browns fans, resilient, passionate, and always ready for the next big moment.